Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson number 42. We will visit the verbs that we have practiced over the past few lessons, and then we'll finish lesson number 9. The list of verbs, as you see here, includes 36 verbs which we have conjugated. They're in past forms, and we haven't talked about the different forms of verbs. And I think at this stage, we don't need to talk about them. What we need to do, in my humble estimation, is practice these verbs in the 14 past forms and memorize them because they come frequently. And then we will add to this list. So this is only 36. We start with 36. We get very comfortable with the conjugations. Do one or two every day. And then soon the present form will be added, and we will conjugate each one of them in the present form as well. So if you want to have a handle on the Arabic language, you must have a very good handle on the verbs, inshallah. So take it seriously, practice them. The key is to practice a little bit every day, 5 or 10 minutes of conjugating the verbs every day. Over time, it will make you stronger, inshallah. Okay. Go back to lesson number 9, which we haven't finished. And before we move on to the last exercise, I just want to correct a couple of things that I made a mistake on, and I think you're able to catch them yourself. Last time, instead of saying liman hada sariru, I said hadihi sariru. So sarir, which is a bed, as-sarir, the bed, it's a male object. So hada should be used. It's written hada. I, by mistake, read hadihi. And the other thing I made a mistake on was here, liman tilka sayyaratul jamilatu. Jamilatu means beautiful, and I said new. So you know new is al-jadid, and beautiful is al-jamil for male objects and al-jamilatu for female objects. All right. Now we want to look at one concept today, and this is a very, very important concept. It comes frequent in the Quran, as you have seen yourself. So we have here, as you see in exercise number 3, Ismul Mausula, which is alladhi. In English, it is relative pronoun. So I want you to add this to your grammar book, to your grammar notes that I asked you to prepare for your own self. So you have 2 notebooks, one with the vocabulary for your own self, and then one with the grammar rules. The vocabulary list, it should continue to build as we move on, and any other vocabulary that you pick up from elsewhere, right? When reading the Quran, maybe you pick up a vocabulary there that you are not familiar with. I don't want you to write down things that you already know the meaning of, right? So if you know the meanings of certain things from before, no need to write that to your vocabulary list. You already know that. But things that you need to revisit to include them in your regular vocabulary, write them down in the vocabulary book. And then the grammar rules, definitely add them. And then over time, you will modify this grammar book, this grammar rules. Some of them you will need to revisit more frequently. Some of them are going to be easier for you. So this is an individual custom tailored grammar note that you have for yourself. Okay. Here we have the relative pronoun, which is alladhi. As you know, it comes frequently. So we have a sentence here, at-talibul ladhi, the student, at-talibul ladhi kharaja min al-fasl al-an, exited from the classroom right now, min Indonesia, is from Indonesia. So if I say at-talibu min Indonesia, I drop the alladhi kharaja min al-fasl al-an, it makes complete sense. Alladhi kharaja min al-fasli al-an, you can drop, and if you just at-talibu min Indonesia, that means you know who the student is, I know who the student is, and I'm just telling you the student is from Indonesia. But if I want to add something to identify the student, then I'm going to add alladhi, which is a sifa, which is a naat. Understand? Now I am giving the student a quality which will identify that student for you, because you and I both don't know the student. So we say alladhi kharaja min al-fasli, at-talibu alladhi kharaja min al-fasli. In grammar, this alladhi is called ismul mawsula, relative pronoun. Write that down in your grammar book. And this phrase, kharaja min al-fasli, it's called silatul mawsul. The item that the relative pronoun, or the matter the relative pronoun is connecting the talib with, right? Alladhi kharaja min al-fasli. Very important concept, right? For example, Allah says, why fawailul lil musallin, right? Woe to the one who prays. So is it everybody? No. Alladhina hum an salatihim sahun, the one who are heedless in their prayers. Woe to those, not everyone. So understand, this is very, very important concept. Okay, so let's do the other sentences. Exactly same structure. Al-kitabu lil mudarrisi. If I say that, complete sense. Now, al-kitabu alladhi ala al-maktabi. The book that is on the desk, is belonging to the teacher. Liman hadha al-qalamul jamil. To whom belongs this pen? Alladhi ala al-maktabi. The one which is on the desk. So this is a question. Al-baytu al-kabiru. Right? So this is not man'ut. Sifa mawsuf. Al-baytu al-kabiru, we can say lil wazid, the big house. If you both you and I know which big house, then that makes complete sense. But if I need to further identify it, I would say al-kitabul kabiru alladhi fi dhalika shari'i. That is on that street. Shari means street. Fi dhalika, on that street. All right, last sentence. As-sariru, the bed, maksurun, is broken. If we both know which bed, no problem. But if I need to identify, I'm going to say as-sariru alladhi fil ghurfati khalidin. So fi ghurfati khalidin. Ghurfati khalidin is jar majroor, or mudaf ilayhi, I'm sorry. Fi ghurfati is jar majroor, harf jar and ism majroor. So as-sariru alladhi fi ghurfati al-khalidi maksurun. The bed which is in Khalid's room, ghurfa means room, is broken. Okay. So here again, the nat man'ut, or the sifa mawsuf relationship. Baytun jadidun, the new house. Bayt is man'ut and jadid is nat. Okay, so it needs a lot of practice. Notice the alladhi relationships when you read the Quran, they come often, right? And try to identify the ismul mawsula, the silatul mawsul, and the ismul mawsula, alladhi. And the alladhi has other forms, as you know, alladhi, allati, alladhina. You know, these will come, inshallah. We will add them as we move on, but the idea of alladhi, the relative pronoun, should settle in your mind, because this is frequently appearing in the Quran. Okay, so we'll end here, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.